Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to share with you a portion of an email that I received from a good friend of mine who is a butcher by trade. A practicing butcher, meaning that he's doing it right now. And this is pretty alarming. And the reason it's alarming is because prices are going to go even higher than what he explains here on this portion of the email that he sent me. Let me go ahead and read it for you really quick. He says, on a serious note, we are very busy filling freezers and I don't get on lives as much, but always catch every video. But things are as bad with protein as you say. I could send you pictures of receipts, but we all see it. There's nothing new. Chicken breast last year came in at 98 cents a pound. Last week I paid $2.91 a pound. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is at the wholesale level. This is how much he is paying to bring the meat into his shop before he tacks on whatever percentage he needs to tack on to pay for his overhead. And he continues to say, beat that drum. If one more person prepares because of you, we will be better prepared for whatever we are called to protect and preserve. But know that you are telling the exact truth about meat supplies and prices. Now, the reason that I wanted to share that email with you, or that portion of the email with you, is to make sure that you don't get complacent. Prices are going to continue to go up. And although I know that this article here is about a little over a month old, it is still a reminder that prices have been going up, as we all know, but also that prices will continue to go up, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I always say, today is the best day to prep. If you're not prepared, today is the best day for you to start prepping if you haven't started as of now. 6 grocery items that will surge in price this year, experts say. And towards the end of this video, ladies and gentlemen, there's a couple of items that I picked up that are on recall. I'll go ahead and go over that information real quick just to make sure that if you have some of those, that you go ahead and take a look at them to make sure that you don't have the recoiled item in your home. There are also proteins. I think one of them is shrimp and the other one is chicken, I believe. But I'll go over that here in a minute. Just like last year, shoppers can expect to see rising food costs continuing into 2022. And ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled. It will continue into 2023 and beyond. And even if you see some prices come down a little bit, be assured that they'll never go back down to the same levels that they used to be. They will go up and then maybe come down a little bit to give people a sense of normalcy, but then they'll go up again. And of course, we all know that our wages and salaries do not keep up with inflation. So far, I believe that inflation has been pegged at like 7.5%. And all you have to ask yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, is this. Was my annual raise, if you got a raise, was it 7.5% or more? More than likely not. And for those that are on fixed incomes, i.e. pensions or Social Security of whatever kind, definitely your income did not keep up with inflation. While grocery prices remain relatively unchanged before the health crisis between 2015 and 19, supply chain issues, labor shortages, and overall high demand across the U.S. have been set to contribute to an impending consumer price hike. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I agree with. But the scary part about that statement is not what they're telling you, or is not what they're telling you, is that a lot of these consumer price items going up has more to do, and I have to agree with the uneducated economists, it has more to do with these factors that they indicated here. The supply chain crisis, labor shortages, the amount of salaries going up, all right, because salaries going up is inflationary as far as the price of goods go, because if a business increases their employees' salaries, they have to recoup that expense somewhere. And it will be you and I, the consumer, that pay for that salary increase of whatever, business it is that's increasing their salary, which is pretty much every business nowadays because inflation is going rampant. So, ladies and gentlemen, If all of these factors is what's affecting the price of everything going up now, what do you think is going to happen when the monetary supply increase that has been induced in the U.S.? Remember, in the last 2 years, the U.S. has printed about 40% of all of the money that's ever existed. Once that money finally finds itself into these commodities that we need to live, prices will then explode. Manufacturers and grocery stores have especially felt the pressure of keeping essential items in stock. Not only has this led to higher production costs, but has in turn led to companies implementing measures like raising retail prices for consumers. And it probably won't get any better anytime soon. To better prepare for these changes, here are some staple foods that will see price increases in the new year, and this year of course. And of course, we've all seen steaks. I'm not going to go through why they've gone up, all right, why they've gone up in price, but we've all seen that steak and beef has gone up in price substantially. It was probably one of the first proteins that got hit was steak and beef cuts. And chicken, ladies and gentlemen, well, we just talked about the email that I received. And, you know, I like to see here where it says, like steak, chicken has also seen a price surge up 9% from 2020. Did that email sound like 9%, ladies and gentlemen? Or did it sound more like about 200% higher than what the prices used to be a year ago? 1 year ago, ladies and gentlemen, 200% higher. The National Chicken Council President Mike Brown addressed the reason behind chicken's increased price. He said that a 9% year-over-year price increase for chicken is barely outpacing inflation on top of labor shortages. It's economics 101. This is nothing. I think a couple of years from now, we'll be happy with a 9% increase year over year. Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is going to be going up in price. Stock up now, ladies and gentlemen. Stock up now. I've had mayonnaise about a year and a half past its best by date. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. I personally believe that it's in how you store your goods that really allow it to last longer than what the best by date says on the package. We've all heard about eggs with that avian flu thing that's going around. All of the chickens around the world that have been culled, and that these other countries, especially Israel, is the one that I heard this the most of, but they ordered, I think, 100 million eggs. Well, that's going to put upward pressure on the price of eggs pretty much everywhere else, because those eggs that they're importing, they have to come from somewhere. And cereals, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about wheat production around the world and how China is hoarding wheat. Well, what do they use to make cereals? Wheat and corn. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so cereals are also going up. The good thing about it being cereals is that we really don't need that. Most of these cereals really aren't that great for you, but expect the price of cereals to go up either through price inflation or through product shrinkflation. And of course, vegetables as well, ladies and gentlemen. We all know that we are headed into or are in the midst of a fertilizer shortage crisis. And unfortunately, we need fertilizer in order to grow the amount of vegetables that we grow today. All right, if we don't have the fertilizer with the condition of the soil that we have, we're not going to be able to grow as much. Probably about 20 to 30% less output than what we're used to with fertilizers. I've even heard that there's a lot of family farms that are going over to like horse manure or cow manure or whatever kind of manure they can get in order to use as fertilizer, because the price of fertilizer is becoming so expensive, in some cases a tenfold of what it used to be. The one article I remember reading about this is that it started out the year last year at like $110 per ton, I believe. And now it's a little over $1,100 per ton. That is a tenfold increase on how much farmers have to pay for fertilizer. And ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is that many farmers won't be able to afford that fertilizer. So they'll probably be shifting away from things that are fertilizer dense that take a lot of fertilizer to crops that don't use that much fertilizer. So the availability of certain products is going to go down a lot, and the availability of some other products, maybe soy-based products, unfortunately, is probably going to go up. I do believe that corn uses a lot of fertilizer, whereas soybeans use less fertilizer. Now let me go ahead and go over a couple of items here that are being recalled. It says here more than 4,000 pounds of chicken pot pie products are being recalled. And here it says Great Pot Pie American. I'm not sure if that's the name of the company, but it says here frozen Creole style chicken pot pies produced from Great American Cobbler are being recalled because of a branding issue. The item may contain soy, which is not declared on the label. Anyone with an allergy or sensitivity to soy who consumes one of these products run the risk of developing a severe or life-threatening reaction. The products were shipped to retail stores in Georgia, Wisconsin, and Virginia. They came in 2-pound boxes with lot codes 21231 or 21307. No reports of any adverse reactions have been reported at this time. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There's the lot code. You can freeze the screen in case you have any of these and you are allergic to soy products. Here it says that nearly 21,000 packages of cooked shrimp may also contain listeria. Some 20,830 packages of cooked frozen shrimp are also being recalled because they may contain listeria, according to foodpoisonjournal.com. Not many details are available except that the Fisherman's Wharf shrimp came in 16-ounce packages with the number 7306067 on them. They also had an expiration date of either April 5th of 2023 or April 6th of 2023. All right, having said that, I hope you have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper. I am out.